Hi. Welcome to the History House. I'm Amr Saeed and you are watching the History of the 15th of October on your favorite The History House YouTube channel. Please like this video and subscribe the channel for the importance of the day, success stories as well as the failure stories around the world on daily basis. October 16th is the 289th day of the year, 290th in leap years in the Gregorian calendar. 76 days remain until the end of the year. It's the death anniversary of Liaquat Ali Khan, Pakistan. The first Prime Minister of Pakistan, Liaquat Ali Khan, is assassinated in Rawalpindi. This day is celebrated as the World Anesthesia Day internationally. World Anesthesia Day or World Anesthesia Day, also known in some countries as National Anesthesia Day or Ether Day, is an annual event celebrated around the world on the 16th of October to commemorate the first successful demonstration of diethyl ether anesthesia on the 16th of October 1846. World Food Day is an international day celebrated every year around the world on the 16th of October in honor of the date of the founding of the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations in 1945. The day is celebrated widely by many other organizations concerned with food security, including the World Food Programme and the International Fund for Agricultural Development. Teachers' Day is a special day for the appreciation of teachers, and may include celebrations to honor them for their special contributions in a particular field area, or the community in general. In Chile, this day is celebrated as a Teachers' Day. Pope John Paul II Day is a Polish festival celebrated every year on October 16th. It was established by the Polish Parliament as a tribute to Pope John Paul II. In parallel, it is celebrated by the Catholic Church in Poland as Papal Day, which falls on the Sunday preceding the anniversary of the election of Karol Wojtyła as Pope. The Bulgarian Air Force is one of the three branches of the military of Bulgaria, the other two being the Bulgarian Navy and Bulgarian Land Forces. Its mission is to guard and protect the sovereignty of Bulgarian airspace, to provide aerial support and to assist the land forces in case of war. The Bulgarian Air Force is one of the oldest air forces in Europe and the world. In recent times it has been actively taking part in numerous NATO missions and exercises in Europe. 16th of October is celebrated as an Air Force Day in Bulgaria. 456 Ricimer defeats Avitus at Piacenza and becomes master of the Western Roman Empire. 690 Empress Wu Zetian ascends to the throne of the Tang dynasty and proclaims herself ruler of the Chinese Empire. 912 ABDR Rahman III becomes the 8th Emir of Córdoba. 955 King Otto I defeats a Slavic revolt in what is now Mecklenburg-Vorpommern. 1311 The Council of Vienne convenes for the first time. 1384 Jadwiga is crowned King of Poland, although she is a woman. 1590 Prince Gesualdo of Venosa murders his wife and her lover. 1736 Mathematician William Whiston's predicted comet fails to strike the Earth. 1780 American Revolutionary War, the British-led Royalton Raid is the last Native American raid on New England. 1780 The Great Hurricane of 1780 finishes after its sixth day, killing between 20,000 and 24,000 residents of the Lesser Antilles. 1793 French Revolution, Queen Marie Antoinette is executed. 1793 War of the First Coalition, French victory at the Battle of Wattignies forces Austria to raise the siege of Maubeuge. 1805 War of the Third Coalition, Napoleon surrounds the Austrian army at Ulm. 1813 The Sixth Coalition attacks Napoleon in the three-day Battle of Leipzig. 1817 Simon Bolívar sentences Manuel Piar to death for challenging the racial caste in Venezuela. 1834 Much of the ancient structure of the Palace of Westminster in London burns to the ground. 1836 Great Trek, Afrikaner Voortrekkers repulse a Matabele attack, but lose their livestock. 1841 Queen's University is founded in the province of Canada. 1843 William Rowan Hamilton invents quaternions, a three-dimensional system of complex numbers. 1846 William T. G. Morton administers ether anesthesia during a surgical operation. 1847 The novel Jane Eyre is published in London. 1859 John Brown leads a raid on Harper's Ferry, Virginia. 1869 – The Cardiff Giant, one of the most famous American hoaxes, is discovered. 1869 – Girton College, Cambridge is founded, becoming England's first residential college for women. 1875 – Brigham Young University is founded in Provo, Utah. 1882 – The Nickel Plate Railroad opens for business. 1905 – The partition of Bengal in India takes place. 1906 – The Wilhelm Voigt fools the City Hall of Köpenick and several soldiers by impersonating a Prussian officer. 1909 – William Howard Taft and Porfirio Diaz hold the first summit between a U.S. and a Mexican president. They narrowly escape assassination. 1916 – Margaret Sanger opens the first family planning clinic in the United States. 1919 – Adolf Hitler delivers his first public address at a meeting of the German Workers' Party. 1923 – The Walt Disney Company is founded. 1934 – Chinese Communists begin the Long March to escape nationalist encirclement. 1939 – World War II – No. 603 Squadron RAF intercepts the first Luftwaffe raid on Britain. 1940 – Holocaust in Poland, the Warsaw Ghetto is established. 1943 – Holocaust in Italy, raid of the Ghetto of Rome. 1946 – Nuremberg trials, 10 defendants found guilty by the International Military Tribunal are executed by hanging. 1947 – The Philippines takes over the administration of the Turtle Islands and the Mangze Islands from the United Kingdom. 1949 – The Greek Communist Party announces a temporary ceasefire, thus ending the Greek Civil War. 1951 – The first Prime Minister of Pakistan, Liaquat Ali Khan, is assassinated in Rawalpindi. 1962 – Cuban Missile Crisis begins, Kennedy is informed of photos taken on October 14 by a U-2 showing nuclear missiles. The crisis will last for 13 days starting from this point. 1964 – China detonates its first nuclear weapon. 1964 – Leonid Brezhnev becomes leader of the Soviet Communist Party, while Alexei Kosygin becomes the head of government. 1968 – Tommy Smith and John Carlos are ejected from the U.S. Olympic team for participating in the Olympics' Black Power salute. 1968 – Kingston, Jamaica is rocked by the Rodney riots, inspired by the barring of Walter Rodney from the country. 1968 – Yasunari Kawabata becomes the first Japanese person to be awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature. 1970 – Canadian Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau invokes the War Measures Act during the October crisis. 1973 – Henry Kissinger and Le Duc are awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. 1975 – Indonesian troops kill the Balibo Five, a group of Australian journalists, Portuguese Timor. 1975 – 3-year-old Rahima Banu, from Bangladesh, is the last known case of naturally occurring smallpox. 1975 – The Australian coalition sparks a constitutional crisis when they vote to defer funding for the government's annual budget. 1978 – Pope John Paul II becomes the first non-Italian pontiff since 1523. 1984 – Desmond Tutu is awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. 1991 – George Hennard runs amok in Killeen, Texas, killing 23 and wounding 20. 1995 – The Million Man March takes place in Washington, D.C. About 837,000 attended. 1995 – The Skye Bridge in Scotland is opened. 1996–84 Football fans die and 180 are injured in a massive crush at a match in Guatemala City. 1998 – Former Chilean dictator Augusto Pinochet is arrested in London on a murder extradition warrant. 2002 – The Bibliotheca Alexandrina opens in Egypt, commemorating the ancient library of Alexandria. 2013 – Lao Airlines Flight 301 crashes on approach to Paxi International Airport in Laos, killing 49 people. 2017 – Storm Ophelia strikes the UK and Ireland, causing major damage and power loss. Thanks a lot for watching the History House YouTube channel. Please like this video and subscribe the channel for latest stories on daily basis.